Peace and high frequencies, everybody. Whew. Last night's stream, y'all. It is now 6:45 a.m. and I am going to go into it what I recall as much as I can recall because it was a lot. So I remember being in this mall. And it was similar to like a department store, but it was like an outside shopping mall. But we was in there shopping. It was me, my aunt, my mama, my sister. It was like a whole family gathering. My grandmama ended up being in it. It was like we was shopping. It was like family. And I remember looking at all these clothes. Like Beyonce had a clothing line. I remember in a dream. Rihanna had a clothing line. And in a dream, it was like I was getting ready to move to a different school. They had transferred me to a different school, and I was looking for some clothes to wear. So I wanted to be cute for my first day at my new school. So I'm looking for an outfit. I'm trying to find, I don't see anything. And then I remember my cousin, going by my cousin's house, and she was just at home, and she was like, man, I got 6 figures in my bank account. No, she said, I got 7 figures in my bank account. And I was like, oh, okay. Like that. And then also one of my old clients was there, and she had 2 cats. She had a black cat and a white cat. And they were crawling on her. And she was like, I'm so glad they like each other. She said, I hope they don't have any babies. Like that. And then she asked my cousin to drop her off at home. And she asked my cousin to borrow $60. And my cousin said, okay, I don't mind. And we end up back at the department store. Now, back at the department store, my family again, it was some young boys who were stealing. And I was so captivated by trying to purchase, something in the store that I wasn't, thinking like what was going to happen. And then I walk outside, my mama was videotaping it. And I told her, I was like, Mama, stop. They're going to get us. She was like, I can do this if I want to. I was like, okay. So then the store owner caught us, and it felt like, I promise you, it felt like Africa. And I've never been to Africa. But everybody was black in his dream. And so, and it wasn't any weapons or anything. So the store owner came. He made everybody come to the back. Even the people who saw him made us stay in the back. And he was asking everybody who had any involvement with these guys. And did we know them? He called them by their name. And he asked me, and I was like, no. He called and I said, no, I don't know who that is. He said, well, what was you doing? I said, I was shopping. I said, I was looking for me a top and some pants. He was like, oh, okay, you can go. So I walk out. I go into another store. I'm still shopping. Then here comes this, like, Hispanic lady. And then all the black people was like, here she comes. And they was like, and I was like, what? So she said, don't buy any clothes out of here. They are selling these clothes that are made in Mexico. She didn't even say the name of the country. I don't even remember. Let me stop. She said a country's name. I'm assuming it was Mexico, so she was Mexican. I don't remember. And she said, don't buy it because they're not supporting our people and they're selling this and they're exploiting our people and blah, blah, blah. Like she was in there like protesting. And another shopper was like, girl, we don't care. Like, we don't buy these clothes in here anyway. So she finally leaves. Like somebody owner makes her leave. So I find the outfit that I want to put on. My family members, they got their little outfit. I remember another lady put on this pink dress. My mama found her outfit. She put on a dress. And my sister found her outfit. And my aunt, everybody found the outfit. So then I remember this is where it starts to turn a little bit. I remember walking outside in like the pavilion, like this grass area. Not really pavilion, it was more like a yard. And my mother was talking about going to church. I was like, we gotta go to church. I said, Mom, I'm not going to church. And she was like, yeah, we going to church today. So we leaving here, we going to church. I said, I don't want to go. I don't want to go to church. She was like, well, if you with me and you staying with me in my house, you going to church. And I was like, I don't want to. And she was like, well, if you don't go today, you definitely going to go tomorrow. And I was like, Mama, I don't want to go. Like, you in my house? I said, Mama, I'm going to be gone in 1 month. I do not want to go to church. Just let me get myself together. I'll leave your house in a month. I'm not going to church. And so I remember her walking back, standing next to my grandmother. Well, I walked ahead, and I don't know what conversation they was having, but I turned around. I remember turning around, and I said, Mama, there ain't no Jesus. Stop it. And she was like, what, God? I was like, no, Mama, stop. And I was like, where is heaven? And she said, heaven is up there. She pointed to the sky. I said, no, Mama, heaven is not up there. That is the sky. That is the sun. Where's the proof that heaven is up there? How do you know this? Who told you this, Mama? That is not true. I was like, I'm going to tell you this. I said, they lied to us. They lied to grandmama. They lied to great-grandmama. They lied to great-great-grandmama. They lied to all of us, and they gave us this. This is not true. They gave us this lie, Mama. They did. They gave us this lie. And we got to stop it. We got to stop it. And she started to look, and it was almost like she didn't want to accept it because it was hard for her to believe that truth. It was like hard for her to believe that her life was a lie. And so I remember the dream shifting to me being back in the department store, but it had turned into like a house, bedroom, like my grandmother's house. And my uncle came in. Now my uncle's been deceased. He transitioned before my mother. He transitioned in 2018. And so he walks in the house, and he was like, he had been drunk or something. And my uncle's very, very heavy set man. And he sat on the same bed that I was sitting on. He laid down, and then he sat up, and he was talking about gambling. He was talking about going gambling. He was asking my grandmama a question. And he was like, I ain't going to church. I don't know. He laid out. And it's weird because my uncle never was a drinker. His name was Christopher. And he was always like, he lived with my grandmother up until my grandmother died. And he finally got his own place. But he was morbidly obese. My uncle, he had to be almost 500 pounds if he wasn't. And they found him dead in the house here by himself. It was so sad situation. But he was in my dream, and he was like, no, I'm not going to church. So I felt like the message was starting to spread through the bloodline to my ancestors, because my grandmother is transitioned. My grandmother died when I was 10. My mother died in 2020. My uncle died in 2018. So now my interpretation of the dream is that my message, my awakening is breaking generational curses. It's breaking the bloodline curse that not only flows through me, but it's flowing through the bloodline for even the ancestors who have transitioned and their energy. Even my family that still lives today through our bloodline. They still hold, blood that we share together from ancestors that we share together. And I'm doing the work through, last night it was on my matriarchal side, my mother, my grandmother, my uncle, everybody was on my mother's side. And so I also had a dream of a friend of mine. Her mother just transitioned a couple of months ago. And we was in the car, and it was like I was talking to her on one end on how to connect with her mother who had transitioned. And then it was almost like a split screen. Her mother was on the other side, like approving what I was saying to her on what to do to connect with her in another realm of existence of where she is. But we was driving in a car. It was weird. So last night was, and I woke up, I just woke up at like 6:44, and my phone was on 4%, and I've had my phone on the charger all night long. So it's weird that I wake up and my phone is almost dead. But I definitely wanted to get the dream out. I know that the work that I'm doing is changing. It's changing the DNA. It's changing my DNA. It's changing, it's upgrading me. It's changing my bloodline. It's awakening and it's waking up my ancestors, even those who have transitioned, even those who haven't, even those who aren't here, my ancestors who have transitioned, the work that I'm doing and the awakening that I'm leveling up to, and the fact that I've come under the spell of Christianity helps to put the power back into the bloodline, y'all. So know that your awakening, when you release that spell of Christianity, of that Jesus spell, you are putting power back into your bloodline. You're putting power back into the bloodline. There's nothing else that's coming to me but power in the bloodline. You're putting power in the bloodline. That is a spell. And how people don't even know why they believe in the spell, but the fact that it was passed down. And then we have those who have started their Kundalini rising, but they still want to hold on to attachments of Jesus Christ because it's so embedded in them. So they try to find ways to make it fit. They try to find ways to make it fit. And I know the only thing that's certain in my life is the energy that resides in this realm, on why I am a soul essence being in a physical form, is by the force. I'm the Jedi. The force that dwells in me, the force that I work with on a daily basis, the force and the energy that has trees, trees that are hundreds of years old, and plants and flowers and herbs, on a realm that you can go outside and it will heal your body. It grows from the earth. A plane of existence that has an energy force of the sun that you go out and you can lay on the ground, but you can receive the energy from the sun, upper and lower, and you can heal your body. When I had COVID, y'all, my body kept telling me to go outside and lay in the grass. My soul essence was telling me how to heal myself. It wasn't telling me to go get nothing, jab, nothing. It was telling me, go lay outside. Go lay outside in the grass. That's the only thing kept hitting. My head was hurting so bad. And that's the only thing I kept penetrating. And it was 3 o'clock in the morning. I was like, I can't go outside. So the next best thing was the water. My body wanted me to use the elements to heal myself. I went into the bathroom. I turned on the shower. I was like, okay, I'm going to take a shower. I turned on the shower, y'all. I laid on the floor and I went to sleep. Now, my head had been hurting so bad, I couldn't even sleep before then. I was tossing and turning on the floor. That's the only thing I could do. My head was on fire. And that's a whole nother story that I'll talk about, the helios, the fire, the sun energy, that power energy that transforms through that. If you've had it, you went to another level of awakening. It's powerful. Of the crown chakra has been, upgraded. You've received this fire upon you. The crown of thorns to awaken you. But yeah, the force that dwells within you, the force that dwells within me, we are the Jedis, y'all. We are the Jedis. And we have the power to change the bloodline. And that is what I saw in the dream. And as hurtful as it was to see my mama, like, in the dream come to, like, a knowing, but really she started to see it, but it was hard for her to say it, because it had been embedded in her, and that's how it is for our people, y'all. It's hard for them to come through. It's hard for them, so give them some grace, be patient, and it won't be for everybody. It's not for everybody to be a Jedi. Everybody won't come through, and it's okay. You'll have family members, that won't come through. And it's okay if they won't come online. It's not their time. All right. So I wanted to share that with you all. It's a very powerful dream for me. Y'all. I'm going to roll over. I may have another one. I don't know. But I'll let this phone charge. So I'm going to leave you all again, as always, in peace and high frequencies.